Well, well, well. Isn't this a bit of a late time for your boy to be active? Interesting. Late in the day, reading Hunter x Hunter. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring you guys this series before the day was through. I have been incredibly busy. But I am not about to end this day without reading some Hunter x Hunter for you guys, and I will more than likely have enough time to react to the newest chapter of the beginning after the end. Sadly, I won't be able to push out a brand new reaction to the next One Piece N episode, but let's go ahead and get started with Hunter x Hunter, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to Hunter x Hunter. Yes, I know it's later in the day. It's currently 7:18 in the evening. My day has been booked with house renovations, so that's basically what I have been doing this entire day. So, let's see what happens in volume. Well, actually, let me go back. In volume 32, which covers chapters 331 all the way to 340. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly 10. So we're good. Last we left out on, we saw Killua dealing with the fact that many people wanted him dead. And when I say many people, it was just essentially Illumi, as he sought to break out his sibling Aluka, who turns out has the extremely overpowered ability to grant wishes. However, it comes with caveats. It comes with the caveats that if demands are not met, you die along with the person closest to you, and then depending on the size of the wish, many other people will also die as well. So, Killua wants to take Aluka away from his family, because the family just wants to use Aluka as a tool, because they don't see Aluka as an actual member of the family, but a tool to be used. Killua is the only one that sees Aluka as a human being and seeks to take them away. Now, mind you, the family refers to Aluka as a boy, whereas Killua refers to Aluka as a girl. Now, there's the clashing of that between the family. But Killua is only looking to get Aluka out of there because he also intends to have Aluka heal Gon due to her incredible powers. So, let's see what happens after all that nonsense where Illumi understands that Aluka and Nanika, which is another side of Aluka that essentially is capable of granting the incredible powerful wishes. Let's see what happens after that. Also, the next chairman election for the Hunters Association is still ongoing right now, with many people having been killed by Hisoka. So there's even less people. To take part in the election for chairman right now. Yo, CDs, good to see you. Wait a minute. I know that ain't who I think it is. Yes, it is, because your boy has been busy all day with housework. So I am taking this opportunity to react to basically read through the newest, the volume 32 of Hunter x Hunter. So let's go ahead and get started. I know this preamble is probably going to be a little bit long, so apologies for that. It's been a day. It's been a day. I'm not tired, but it's just, whew. Look at the clock, 6:20, and you just started. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it's 7:20 right now. Yes, I've been busy, bruh. I've been busy. But let's begin with chapter 331, Day of Reckoning, and we just have Gin, and he notices someone, and it's Cheetle. It's the dog lady. What do you want?
You leave tomorrow? What about the election? Your son?
Why did that bald shrimp tell you of all people? Never telling him anything again.
Why not see it through?
We know what'll happen. I had my fun. Meeting Leorio was the most worthwhile part. Guy's got huge potential. And coming from Gin, that says a lot about Leorio's strength.
It's only down to 4 candidates. Nothing's decided.
That's what I'm saying. I'll vote for you today, though.
What are you talking about? Are you stupid?
It's obviously gonna be a stalemate. Can you guess how long it'll stay that way?
How can you know that?
You and Mizai are playing to win, but if you really want to win, you should have turned the screws way earlier. You needed to focus on getting the other Zodiacs to vote for you, then absorbing Terradane's votes. By round 2 or 3 at latest, you should have been resorting to any dirty trick in the book.
That's easy to say in hindsight.
If I told you then, you would have ignored me. You're so stubborn. Go ahead and call it hindsight. Keep thinking that until the day of reckoning.
Wait!
Now what?
Fine. I'll take your advice. What should I do to win?
You're way too into this.
I don't know what Pariston's planning. How can I beat him?
Forget it. You never do what I say. I'll just tell you what Pariston's plan is. He doesn't intend to win. He's not trying to lose either. That's why he's hard to beat.
And that catches Cheadle's attention.
But that's...
I know. You think the will to win makes you stronger, and it's kinda true. That's why you're easy to read, especially in a game like this one.
A game?
See? You just thought, that's immoral. Goody two-shoes, hey, look at me. That's just how you are. But then there's your Zodiac persona, the dog. Pariston knows both sides of you, so he knows how you think and what you'll do next. And he's still not trying to win. Tough cookie, right?
Then what should I do?
You never do what I say. How many times do we have to go through this? Well, I'll tell you what happens if this goes on. You and Pariston will be the top 2 in this round.
Water. Favorite series, and I was literally thinking of the OG workout while I am, which I'm doing now, cardio and shadow boxing. Nice.
You and Pariston will be the top 2 in this round. In the next round, you'll switch places. It'll continue that way for days. Pariston will probably try to lower the voter turnout again. The temp hunters, whom he has complete control over, will abstain.
Why?
Like I said, he's not trying to win or lose. Just draw things out until the day of reckoning. He wants to enjoy it. Like I said, he's not trying to win or lose, just draw things out until the day of reckoning. He wants to enjoy it. He's like me and Netero. I get bored easily, though. But that guy is patient. Out of the remaining 4 candidates, Pariston is the only one who really follows in Netero's footsteps.
I don't want to hear that from you!
You're jealous of him. Did you love that pervy old man that much?
Shut up! Don't get cocky! Just tell me when this day of reckoning is, punk!
And then Geen is just looking at her.
Fine, but first, decide who you want to be, and be careful about picking fights. The day Netero blew himself up, 100 Hunter Association blimps went into East Gorteau. There's no record of it. They're in a hangar for maintenance. Didn't you know that? Didn't know that, huh? Be pals with mechanics and pilots.
What are you talking about?
They recovered about 5,000 cocoons. Half human, half beast cocoons made by chimera ants. All with Nen abilities. They've probably hatched by now. Pariston is planning to have some fun with them. Now they've got a big yard to play in. The day of reckoning is the next Hunter exam day. But things could change depending on how people read the bylaws. Figure out the rest for yourself. Are you a hunter or aren't you?
Pariston intends to use that whole area as a playground for hunters. given the fact with the chimera hybrids that pretty much probably hatch there. They'll all be massacred if them chimeras ain't strong. They'll be massacred by Pariston because it'll be fun for him.
Hunter Bylaws. Article 1. We get the whole Hunter Bylaws. Hunter Bylaws. Article 1. Hunters must always be on the hunt for something. Article 2. Hunters must have a minimal understanding of martial arts. This includes learning Nen. Article 3. Once a hunter is licensed, that license cannot be revoked for any reason. However, a license will not be reissued for any reason. Article 4. Hunters shall not target other hunters unless they commit heinous crimes. Article 5. 1 star is given to a hunter who produces remarkable achievements in a particular field. Article 6. 2 stars are given to a hunter who fulfills the 5 articles, holds an official position, and has mentored a junior hunter who is awarded a star. Article 7. 3 stars are given to a hunter who fulfills the 6 articles and produces remarkable achievements in multiple fields. Article 8. The chief executive of the Hunter Association must earn the confidence of a majority of his colleagues. When the position of chairman is vacated, the vote to elect the next chairman must be conducted at once, and deputy power is given to the vice chairman in the meantime. Article 9. The authority to decide on a method to select new members is given to the chairman. However, to significantly change existing methods requires the confidence of a majority of colleagues. Article 10. All matter not mentioned here will be decided in a cabinet consisting of the chairman, vice chairman, and staff advisors. The chairman has the authority to select the vice chairman and staff. The fact that I managed to get through all of that, no problem, thank you. And someone is asking for everyone to...
Everyone, please be seated. So, we're into round 8 of the chairman general election. We've got 606 out of 635 of our colleagues here today. That's 95.4% successfully making quorum.
Hooray! Oh wait, this is Rabbit. My bad. I forgot that Rabbit was the one mediating everything.
Everyone, please be seated. So, we're into round 8 of the chairman general election. We've got 606 out of 635 of our colleagues here today. That's 95.4% successfully making quorum. Hooray! Today, we'll hear from the 4 remaining candidates.
And mind you, the 4 remaining candidates are Pariston, Cheadle, Leorio, and Ox. But yeah, Rat, Dog, Leorio, and Ox.
How did this happen? Right, it's my fault.
Today, we'll hear from the 4 remaining candidates, have a Q&A period, and then move on to voting. First, comments from the defeated candidates. Moral says he's said enough in his previous comments, so here are the other 2.
Because Moral does not want to be chairman at all. And it's Motobai. Botobai. You know, Dragon.
I'd like to thank all my supporters. If possible, I hope you'll pass the votes you're entrusted to me along to Cheadle. The Zodiacs are not a monolith, but there are those among them whose goals are closer to mine. For me, Cheadle is the best candidate.
Pardon me.
For me, Cheadle is the best candidate. Her balanced sensibility will lead the association in the right direction.
And, Pariston continues to have that smug look on his face. And then we have another candidate going,
Your world is not my reality. Do your own thing. Geen, you never gave me a chance. Get back here! Want to trade the white spear of glory for the holy golden flag?
This seems like something from that video game they were a part of. Throat felt funny. But it sounds like a Greed Island. It sounds like he's all like, you want to trade something in Greed Island?
Now, let's hear from the current candidates. But one more thing. Those of you assembled here today will remain here until the next chairman is chosen.
So no one is leaving until the chairman is chosen. And we have Cheadle, we have Dog, we have Rad, we have Geen, and Leorio. And then we cut back to the hospital that Gon is being tended to. Yeah, this is just a solitary wing by itself in a vacant lot, away from everybody else. And we get Amane. Anyone inside? Just Subone and Canary. You can lock the door once you're in. And we have Knuckle, along with so many other people. Yeah, we got Melioron, we got Palm, we got Hanzo, we got Biscuit, we got Ikalgo, and yeah, we got so many other people. I see you, Melody, I see you.
Master Aluka? Still asleep. I'll wait until she wakes up.
And then Killua gets out the car and proceeds inside of the building.
Soon, Gon.
And then Killua is in the room where Gon is being tended to. And mind you, it is a really huge room. Wires coming from either side into his support machines while he's in this secluded chamber. And he's just sitting, and Killua's sitting there with Aluka between Subone and Amane. And then the election continues.
We have restrooms, catering, computers, and all the necessities. We may have some tie votes. You may wonder who to vote for. But now you can spend hours or days, however long it takes. I repeat, none of you may leave until the 13th chairman is selected.
And Pariston is zooming in on Geen, because Geen is in the crowd. But he's zooming in on him.
Let's start from 4th place. Ms. Zystorm, your speech, please.
And then Geen is looking like, uh-oh. And that's the end of chapter 331. Onwards to 332. Slowly but surely, we are getting closer and closer to the final volume of what's available for Hunter x Hunter. And then my Thursdays will be freed up again. Chapter 332, Applause.
To unseat Pariston, I'll sacrifice myself.
And then Mizystone gets up. Yo, what's going on, Saw? Hope I'm not too late. I just finished chapter 331. And you say, hope I'm not too late. Brother, I am literally going live at 7 p.m. for Hunter x Hunter. Mind you, I had, housework that was being done. But, yeah, if anyone should be saying, like, hope I'm not too late, it should be me. Because I made y'all wait almost an entire day for this. But Mizystorm gets up. We're on chapter 332, Applause, as the election currently goes on and no one's allowed to leave the room until a chairman is chosen. So they have everything in there for them. And Killua has already made it to the special wing for Gon, and he's just waiting for Aluka to wake up so he can use, Aluka's power in order to fully heal Gon. But chapter 332, Applause. Back to it.
To unseat Pariston, I'll sacrifice myself. I'll keep this brief. Of the 4 of us, the one I think is most suitable to be chairman is Cheadle. I'm not saying I don't want to be chairman, but it's not my time. For now, I want to mentor my students and work on becoming a triple-star hunter. To end this election today in this round, I hope you respect my wishes. That is all.
And then Pariston is just whistling to himself. And then it just shows Geen, Cheadle, Leorio, who's all like, what should I say?
Next, in 3rd place, Cheadle. You have the podium.
And then Cheadle speaks.
I'll always keep this short. Everyone, I highly recommend Leorio as the next chairman. That is all.
Oh, snap! And this surprises everyone, including Pariston, who's been looking at everyone with those shiny black eyes and with a smile on his face like, He loses that instantly. Geen does not change his expression. I couldn't even find the word, my bad.
I won't win anyway. I don't want the job, but I should say what I have to say. What is she thinking?
Mind you, Mizystrom just said he votes for Cheadle. Cheadle just said, vote for Leorio.
Thanks. Next, Leorio, our second place candidate. Come on up!
And then Pearson is looking, but he doesn't have that same wistful, smiling smirk on his face anymore. It's gone.
I wiped that smirk off your face, Pariston. I'll never let this go your way.
Leorio? Come on up! Leorio!
And then Rabbit is looking at Leorio, and then she goes,
Hey, Leorio! Hey! Are you taking a nap? Don't make me come over there!
and mind you, she screams this to the point where all the others Zodiacs actually have to put their hands on their ears to keep from there because she's that loud.
Whoa, is it my turn? Sorry about that.
The podium's yours.
And then everyone is just murmuring and they get quiet as Leorio steps up to the front.
Why am I here? What in the world am I doing? I can't even think straight. Oh well, to heck with it. I'll just say what I want to say. If I become chairman, I'll use the association for my own personal ends.
There are so many things I could say to you, Leorio. Subtle has never been your strong suit. I'll just use the association for my own personal ends. Okay, all right. And everyone's quiet. My first order to all of you will be to do something to save Gon. Right now! I shouldn't even be here. But it's not like I can't do anything for him. Right now, Gon is dying. He's one of my most trusted friends, and I never appreciated it. I was in school, studying, drinking, partying with girls. Can't say that what he was doing right there in that one moment, perusing the internet, and all that time he was fighting to save others. He was part of the chairman's team. One of them, even now, is risking his life to save him. And Alika wakes up.
Hey, it's Killua.
Morning. Sleep well?
Yeah. Where are we?
At a hospital. My friend is very sick. I want to make him all better.
So, I have to switch with Nanika? I never get to spend time with you.
And then Alika's pouting.
I told you, from now on we'll always be together. That's a promise. Please.
And then Alika's listening. I mean, not Alika, but Illumi's listening.
I knew it. The rules don't apply to Killua. Is it specific to him? Or is it because it's right after a healing wish?
All right.
In either case, a power that can both heal and destroy can be a powerful tool if kept on a short leash.
Mind you, Illumi is still spying on them thanks to Subone's monocle.
Sinister and mechanical.
Sinister and mechanical, that one. A wicked ambition contrary even to the Assassin's Creed. How ironic and cruel. The boy suffered less when he was being manipulated.
And then we get Alika switching to Nanika and Killua walking over to Gon.
Alika is awake only while Nanika is sleeping. Her time seems long, but she really isn't around that much.
Sorry.
Alika is awake only while Nanika is sleeping. Her time seems long, but she really isn't around that much. After one of Nanika's demands fails and people die, Alika is awake until Nanika makes the next demand. If the person Nanika is making demands of leaves her side, Alika wakes up until that person comes back. After Nanika heals someone or something, She goes to sleep. Then Alika is awake until the next wish. I want to make this wish the last so Nanika will never awaken again.
And then we continue with Leorio. All I could do was call out to him while he lay there in a coma. It's still the only thing I can do. So if I'm elected chairman, I'm calling out to you. I'll keep calling out to you. Please, help Gon! Find a way, and then do it! Tell me how I can save him. I'll do anything! And then Cheetle goes,
Gin, now I know why you didn't dodge. You were already thinking he might just be able to win. I can work with this. He can be chairman, and I'll assist him.
I said some things I shouldn't have. Forget about the internet part, that's all. Yeah, I can see why this wasn't in the... I can see specifically why this part wasn't in the anime. We don't need Leorio saying that on the anime. Forget about the internet part, that's all. And then everyone just starts clapping for Leorio. Says Gera, I see Satots, I see everyone.
I'm sure he'll make a good chairman.
And Gin just sits there and has his eyes closed. Leorio is just dumbfounded by the fact that he's getting a standing ovation. And then Pariston, that smirk he had before, it gone.
Lastly, in first place, Pariston. Everyone, please be quiet, please.
I think he said it in the anime. Well, here's the thing, 308. It has been several years since I seen this episode in the anime. It's been several years, so I can't rightly remember. I'll probably have to look it up. I'll probably have to you know what? I'll probably have to watch through Hunter x Hunter again. I'll probably watch through Hunter x Hunter again once I catch up to the anime fully. But getting back to it.
Lastly, in first place, Pariston. Everyone, quiet, please.
And then Pariston just stands up. And it just shows him walking past Cheetle.
It's no use, Pariston. No matter what you say. My 87 votes, Mizai 72.
I should probably just call him Mizai instead of Mizai Strong because I don't know how to enunciate it correctly.
My 87 votes, Mizai 72 votes, and the 57 undecided votes will add to Leorio's 95. Total, 311. That's over 50%. The 13th chairman will be Leorio.
And then we cut away. Got you. I was going to ask if this was your first time with Hunter x Hunter. It isn't, actually. This is my first time reading through the manga. And with the intent of going past where the anime stopped. However, it's been several years, many years since I've seen the anime, so I don't remember everything about it. So me reading through all the volumes has just been essentially a refresher course for me to get reintegrated with the series. Sorry, it's been a long day for me. But we cut away from Pariston right back to Gon's bed. And he is just laying up in the bed with wires just connected to him. He is literally covered head to toe in bandages and coverings, and his whole body has been, I guess, bleeding profusely because his sheets and everything on him is darkened by his own blood.
Nanika, please, heal Gon.
Okay.
And that's the end of chapter 332. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! I forgot. I'm supposed to have... My bad. I was supposed to have the chapter numbers up here. I completely forgot about that. I am so sorry, everybody. It's literally supposed to be there so people know exactly where I'm at. And it is starting to get a little bit darker in here, so yeah. But sorry about that, everybody. I forgot to put that up. Like I said, it's been a long day. But that was the end of chapter 332. Onwards to chapter 333. Chapter 333, Rumble.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please, everyone. Put your cell phones away. Look, I totally get it, but it's time for Pariston's speech. I'm gonna start yelling soon.
And then Pariston gets up to the front. I don't mind. Please remain on your phones. That's the hunter spirit. I also promise to do what I can for Gon after this election. But that's a separate issue entirely. Of the four of us, the one most suitable to be chairman is Mizai Stone. And Pariston is really trying to upend everything. And everyone is surprised. Mizai surprised, Cheadle is looking, and so is Leorio. From the 3 years I served as vice chairman under Chairman Netero, I've learned there are 3 things necessary to be chairman. 1 is combat strength. That's a requirement given what we do. Recent events have made this clear. 2 is experience. Wisdom is enhanced by experience. It doesn't hurt to have a long career as a hunter.
Why does his voice set my teeth on edge?
3rd is whether you have it in you.
I know why. I can sense that he's never saying what he's truly thinking.
We have to feel that as long as the right person is in charge, the association is safe. There aren't many people up to that. Cheadle lacks strength. Leorio lacks experience. I lack everything. Just a little joke. Mizai is the only one here who has it all.
I can't be emotional. What's he trying to do? Think. Out of Pariston's 290 votes, about 120 are from the temps and 30 are from Pariston's personal staff. No matter what he says in his speeches, those loyalists get their own commands.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
The remaining 140 voters, however, are most likely undecided. They can be swayed.
Let's have a Q&A.
With Pariston's speech, the undecided votes that would have gone to Leorio will likely split like this.
So it has Leorio, with Leorio, Cheadle, Moral, and Terradane, and then Pariston, temp votes and staff votes. Mizai is Mizai vote and Pariston votes, and Cheadle votes is Mizai's vote.
But that just delays the conclusion one more round. What will change with this Q&A?
And then Geen is watching and he's just nodding. As if to say, like, yep, you'll figure it out. Never liked that weird girl? You mean Cheadle? You never liked her? I feel like she's alright with me, despite the fact that she essentially just changed her entire appearance into that of a dog. It's like a bit dramatic, but
Fine,
I can think for myself.
May I start?
No, me first.
I just said I was quitting the...
I just said no, me first. I just said I was quitting the race.
No, you said you don't want to be chairman. But it's not about what you want. What's important is what the people want. Leaders who are called on must serve. That's what it means to have what it takes. See? Honeyed words. This dude has a way with speaking to make you feel like, maybe he right. Don't trust him. But let's not talk about ourselves anymore. We should set aside the cheap tricks and leave it to the people's will.
Says you!
Why push for Mizai? Does he think we'll get greedy and vote Mizai into second place? That won't happen. Leorio's votes are basically undecided votes. If Leorio drops out, some of his votes might go to Pariston. But if he remains, people who voted for Mizai and me will vote for Leorio, and none of those voters like Pariston. Terradane's votes were anti-Zodiac. Moral's votes were anti-Pariston. Not one will go to Pariston. Got it, Mizai?
I know. The top priority is to get Pariston out. My instincts as a crime hunter tell me there's no proof. It's possible he hasn't meddled in this, but he clearly lives in the shadows. We can't let him rule the association any longer. It's obvious not even Chairman Netero could control him. I'll destroy the Pariston regime in this election.
And then back to Rabbit again.
No other questions? Then we're going to vote. Write your name on the form along with the candidate you're voting for. Then stuff it into the box. Beans will count the collected votes right away. Meanwhile, chat amongst yourselves.
Then we cut back to Gon's hospital room. And then Nanika says,
Hand.
And then Killua reluctantly reaches inside of Gon's bedsheet and he takes out Gon's hand. And Gon's hand is beyond malformed. His hand literally looks like it's all the way, the only thing left is bone and skin. You couldn't even tell if there's muscle left underneath. The repercussions of Gon basically using all the power he could muster to forcibly age himself into an age where he could trivialize a royal guard has made his body wither almost down to nothing. And Killua is horrified.
Please, Nanika, heal Gon.
Okay.
And Nanika holds onto Gon's hand, and the whole area it's enveloped in light. Not only that, but the entire area just suffers an earthquake of overwhelming strength. Everyone feels it. Moral, Biscuit, Melioron, Knuckle, Palm, Hanzo, Melody, Ikalgo, everyone, Canary, Subone, Amane, everyone is feeling this overwhelming power just envelop the entire parking lot. Even the Zoldyck family. Even the Zoldyck family is watching this, and the whole room just fills up with so much light it becomes even brighter that no one can see anything. The mother goes, "Oh my." And then Illumi is just laughing, going, "Amazing. I want this power above all else. Nanika is mine." And Illumi's just standing there because he can see from a distance the overwhelming power of Nanika in the distance, and he's just laughing maniacally. Nanika is mine! And then we get down to the next round of the 13th Chairman General Election Results Round 4, with Leorio as number 1 with 282 votes. Pariston at number 2 with 250, Mizai with 58, and Cheadle with 16, with a voting percentage of 95.4%.
And Leorio comes in first. The first time Pariston's come under threat. But he didn't get a majority, so we'll have the final round with the top 2.
And mind you, the power of Nanika is not just being felt by, everyone that's present around Nanika, but it's being felt, it's so strong that it's reached the Hunter Association building. And all of the Zodiacs are standing there and they can feel it. Leorio's the only one who doesn't notice. He's all like, "What the heck? I told him I'd abuse my power." But everyone else, all of the rest of the Zodies, they are basically like, "What was that? I'd never felt that before." And Pariston's just looking on. They all felt it. Even Geen felt it. Some hunters are looking in certain directions, but Geen just closes his eyes. And then Pariston looks and goes, and he just smiles. And then it gets back to now it's just Pariston and Leorio.
You two, any last words? If not, we'll move on to the final round of voting.
Don't bother. You can't do anything, Pariston.
The outcome seems certain, but let's ask Leorio. Let's hear you out once more. What will you do once you're chairman? That's a ploy. That's a trap. Don't fall for it, Leorio. It's a trap. But that's also the end of chapter 333, onwards to chapter 334. I'm remembering. I got one more thing to do tonight, and then I'm just going to rest the rest of the night. I'll record some episodes of One Piece on Netflix tomorrow. Chapter 334, Total Defeat.
Okay, Leorio, answer his question. What will you do once you're chairman?
Save Gon, and I'll need you all to work towards that goal. That's all.
And mind you, Pariston is looking at two other members of the Zodiacs, Horse and Sheep, but they're not moving. This would have been perfect timing. Oh well, I'm not God or anything. Do you have any ideas about restructuring or plans for the future?
Huh? Of course not. I seriously don't even know what I'm doing here.
It's no more. So true. No more questions from me.
This is pointless. People are still going to vote for Leorio. The applause proves that everyone here supports him.
Do you have any questions for me?
Nope, let's get this over with.
All right then. I'd like to make an emergency motion. This dude is just dragging this out. And this catches every single Zodiac's attention.
Huh? What was that?
Emotion. I'd like you all to make a vote of confidence in accordance with Articles 8 and 9 of the bylaws. The topic is revising the Hunter bylaws and the Hunter exam. First, I propose that we abolish the current Hunter exam. Write a circle for yay and an X for nay. And then someone goes,
Just a cotton-picking minute.
and it's Tiger.
The Zodiacs made a cabinet decision that the bylaws were inviolable. This isn't something to bring up here.
And then both Horse and Dog go, no.
Wrong, stupid Tiger.
It's true, it was a majority decision, 11-1. I was the only one who wanted changes. If Cheetle or Mizai were up here, I would have honored that and stayed silent until the election was over. But they're not, and Leorio has no ideas about cabinet formation. This is the only time I can express my individual opinion as vice chairman, not as a Zodiac. Do you understand, Kanzai? Right here, right now. Right here, right now. And then Tiger's all like, ugh. Of course, according to Article 8, I could ignore the cabinet decision and force the motion. But I didn't want to do that. The Zodiacs are the chairman's legacy. I'd rather not make waves.
You're making things 10 times worse, you know.
But the late Teradane and Bushidora made valid arguments. Article 3 and 4 need to be revised. The abuse of the current exam system is a serious matter. And then Gin is thinking,
He's not trying to win. He's also not trying to lose.
Gein's right. What a creep. He's like a robot because he doesn't care about right or wrong, pros or cons. He can manipulate the rules, use people, and make choices the rest of us would find abhorrent.
May I, Rabbit? Yes?
If Leorio wins, I nominate myself as his advisor. I promise to revise the bylaws and the exam. People are voting for Leorio's promising future, but he'll need experienced help to deal with the uncertainties. I'll do this even if I have to lead the Zodiacs. You won't steal Terradane's votes. I'll destroy all your arguments.
hey, I just said I don't give a darn. I just want to save Gon as soon as possible. And then someone slams open the door. Leorio! And it's Moral. And Moral has been crying his eyes out as Leorio looks and his eyes fills up with tears as Gon walks in completely healed. He healed. Hallelujah. Gon! Gon! Darn it, I was so worried about you! Leorio! And Gin is just, he's got his eyes closed, Pariston smiling, Leorio screaming his eyes out. Let me see. Hey bro, enjoying listening to your manga read-alongs while I'm at work. If you could think about reading these upcoming mangas, that would be great. JJK Modulo, that's on the list. And The Promised Neverland, that is not the first time someone has suggested that to me. So maybe in the future, we'll see. I got plenty of series on the channel for you to enjoy while you're at work. obviously, Hunter x Hunter, the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen, the entirety of Fire Force, the entirety of Demon Slayer, the entirety of My Hero Academia, all of One Punch Man, all of, well, One Piece, pretty much all of One Piece. And I believe I did something else as well. And all currently of Sakamoto Days as well. So tons for you to enjoy in the meantime until I bring those to the channel as well. Thank you for watching and listening to my stuff. I greatly appreciate it. But Leorio runs over to Gon and he just hugs him. Thank goodness, I'm so glad.
Was it bad?
Bad doesn't even begin to describe it, man.
Leorio, enough. He's okay now.
Oh, yeah, right. And then Pariston is just clapping his hands, and then everyone is clapping their hands for Gon's recovery.
Oh, they were all worried about you.
Thanks. Thanks. Checkmate. Leorio was the one Pariston wanted to keep in the race. Now Leorio has no motive to become chairman.
Leorio, don't tell Gon that Killua healed him.
Huh? Why not? You're chairman. You be
chairman? You be chairman? Who's Baldy? You be chairman? Who's... Wait a minute. Yeah, it does say off to the side,
You be chairman! Who's Baldy?
Promise, for Killua's sake. All right.
Pariston. When? When did you know this would happen?
Huh? You think I'm a magician? It was all coincidence.
Tell me. I have to know. I hate to say it, but this was a total defeat.
And then Pariston is all just quiet, and then he goes, it was when Geen nominated himself at the meeting.
What?
After that, I taunted him. He told me his son wouldn't die. At that moment, I pictured this scene.
Nah, go. Gon isn't gonna die.
Mind you, I thought it'd come down to Geen and me, and Geen would win. When he insisted Gon would live, I knew there must be a way to heal him. If he made the election about Gon, there would be no way for me to win. Do you understand? I was the one who was defeated. And even Cheadle can't even bear with this knowledge. But Geen withdrew. Leorio showed up and knocked out Geen. When I heard his speech about his friends trying to save Gon, I saw my opportunity. When we felt that aura, I knew I'd won. I had a gut feeling that Gon's friends had just saved him. After that, I just had to bide time until he got here. Oh, don't worry, I'll withdraw my motion.
That's all the information you had? You trusted people you'd never met to save Gon? You?
Of course. I trust Geen as a worthy enemy. And he said he trusted them with his son. So I trusted them. Why wouldn't I? And then Cheadle's just utterly bewildered by this knowledge.
Nominate yourself! I'll vote for you!
Say something!
Speech!
And everyone's saying this towards Gon. No, there's something in my eye. Oh no, I hate that. Nope, there's something in my eye. Ow. I'll be right back. I'm back. Goodness gracious, something small got into my eye and I was thinking like, oh, it's not gonna bother me. Then it went under the eyelid and it was all like, yeah, I'm gonna irritate the heck out of your nerves. My bad, sorry about that, everyone. All right, back to it. Listening to your. Also, Black Clover is another good one if you ever think about it. That's been suggested to me as well. The trouble with trying to add all these new manga is just finding the time, because I got so many other things that I'm doing on the channel as well. Stuff for Patreon, stuff for memberships, and But everyone's talking to Gon going, nominate yourself!
I'll vote for you.
Say something! Speech! And then Gon is looking as two individuals are trying to get his attention as they're pointing at a certain individual. And it's Gin. And Gon is looking. And then they're all just trying to get Gon to notice Gin right there.
Gin?
This is bad news. Uh-oh, didn't plan for this.
And that's the end of chapter 334. Onwards to chapter 335. Thank you guys for being patient with me this evening. I normally don't ever stream this late when it comes to manga reactions, but I am grateful, eternally grateful that you guys decided to show up tonight, given how busy I've been. Chapter 335, Decision.
Gin?
And then Gin just sighs and then looks over at his son and just waves at him.
Gin! I'm so sorry. It's my fault Kite turned into a girl.
And then Gin is all like, huh?
I heard he got caught.
Yeah, I was with him. He told me to run, then Pito showed up. Kite lost an arm. I was knocked out and then rescued Kite from the nest, but it wasn't Kite. They did all these things to him. And then they said Kite was dead.
Okay, not okay. Sit down. Let's calm down here.
It's 'cause I didn't listen.
And everyone is looking at Gin like,
Gin is caught off guard.
I should be the one who's dead.
and then Gin gets serious.
Gon, that's not true. He took you along because he thought it'd be an easy mission for him. He told you to escape because he saw he underestimated the situation. If he hadn't thought he could handle it, he would have never taken you. No matter how much you begged. He got cocky. It was his fault.
But
I know. You were weak. You can take responsibility for that. Never make the same mistake. And don't apologize to me. Apologize to Kite. I can't tell if he's dead from what you're saying, but if you can talk to him, go.
Okay.
There are rules when you apologize to friends. Know what they are?
No. What are they?
You promise what you'll do next time, and then you keep that promise.
Okay.
Now go.
Okay.
And while Gon is running away, he stops and goes,
Gin, can we talk more later?
That's kinda tough. I'm busy.
and then everyone goes, "You call yourself a father?
You heartless jerk!
You suck! You suck! You suck!
Apologize to Gon and promise you'll do right by him.
Leorio, punch him again!
You didn't even see Gon when he cleared Greed Island.
Look who's talking.
You don't deserve to be a father.
Hey, this has nothing to do with you.
You didn't even see Gon even when he cleared Great Island.
Look who's talking. Shut up. Fine already. I'll wait for you to get back.
And then people start throwing stuff at Gin. Well, they start booing Gin, and they goes,
Take him yourself. Are you crazy?
You're the dad. You want some of this? If you have a problem, come at me. Y'all want a piece? You got it coming, buddy.
And Gin takes off his scarf, he takes off his hat, and he's all like, let me fight all of y'all. And then someone loudly goes,
All of you, be quiet!
and I believe it was Bunny who said this. No, that was actually Dog who said that.
Right. This election's not over. I won't give up yet. My last chance just walked through the door.
Pardon?
Gon, stay right there.
Remember, no one can leave until the election's over.
What?
Pardon me. No, Cheadle was about to say,
Gon,
stay right there. And then, Pariston interrupted Cheadle.
Gon.
Stay right there.
What?
Remember, no one can leave until the election's over. Don't you want to go? I swear this will be the last vote. Then you may leave. Tell us your vote right now and everyone will recognize it as a valid vote. Pariston or Leorio? Who do you want as your chairman? Former Chairman Netero went away on leave because Gon doesn't know what happened to Netero.
How can you say that? After that dramatic entrance, what if he picks Leorio? You? You nominated yourself?
No, stuff happened.
People could get swept up in the moment and switch their votes to Leorio.
Go ahead, Gon. Just trust your instincts. Be true to yourself. Pick one. And then everyone is quiet. And then Gon just goes,
Okay. Then I vote for Pariston.
and then everyone gasps. Isn't Leorio your friend? You sure you won't vote for him?
Nah, Leorio's studying to be a doctor. He can't be chairman.
And that's when it comes to Cheadle's attention. And then Leorio just smiles. And as it seems like a big old rock just fell on her head, Pariston just goes, Indeed.
Now I'm defeated.
Thank you, Gon. Let's move on to the rest of the voting. Oh, I'm going with him, and my vote goes to Pariston. Leorio. I know. Because remember, Moral just told Leorio not to tell Gon about what Killua had to do. And then Gon just walks away, waving at his dad.
Geen! See you later!
And then Geen just goes, Sure. And then when he leaves, everyone is still yelling at Geen, going,
You idiot! See him off properly! Don't you have any decency, why you?
Whoa, Geen's going nuts!
Arrest him for neglect! Ah! Yeah, right, Zodiac, stop laughing and do something!
My dad's pretty popular, huh?
I'm not so sure about that. And then we have Geen, who walks out after putting 2 people in chokeholds, going, Gon, one more thing. I taught Kite everything he knows about Nen. His crazy slots has a number. That only comes up when he really doesn't want to die. If he's alive, that's probably why. He wasn't trying to sacrifice himself for you. Apologize the right way or he'll kick your butt again. And then Gon just goes,
Okay, thanks!
I'll be waiting. And that's when Gon stops and goes,
Again?
because Geen was talking to Kite about him. And then he just looks back as Geen goes back inside of the auditorium and proceeds to beat up everybody inside if the sound effects are anything to go by. And Gon can only smile. 13th Chairman General Election results. Round 9. Pariston with 458 votes. 72.1% of the votes. And then Leorio with 157 votes. Voter turnout 96.8%. Valid votes 615. Hi, I'm Pariston, your new chairman. I have an important announcement to make. I appoint Cheadle my vice chairman and hereby resign. And this shocks every single Zodiac. Huh? Didn't see that one coming. And Geen, his clothes are ripped and torn because he was clearly fighting everybody in the auditorium. And as Pariston is walking away, Cheadle appears out of nowhere and slams the door right next to him.
Do you have to make a mockery of everything? Get back in there!
I didn't agree to be vice chairman to work my way up the ladder or the like.
I just wanted to toy with Chairman Netero. He used to groan so happily when I put a spoke in his wheel. I wish we'd had more time to play.
And then Cheadle just looks at Pariston, and Pariston looks like he's literally in tears because his favorite playmate is now gone.
Amend the bylaws and exam. Soon.
And then he literally wipes the tears from his eyes.
Cheadle, if your association becomes boring, next time I'll pull your leg for real.
And then Pariston walks away. And then we're just with Gon and Leorio.
Leorio, where's Killua?
I don't know. He won't answer his cell. He was looking for a way to heal you. You'll see him soon.
I should apologize to him too. I said some rotten things to him. I don't know what I was thinking.
And Leori's just looking at him.
I'm so sorry.
Huh? What for?
I mean, all this time.
Huh? What? I don't get it.
No, really.
Then we cut to Illumi, who's right there at the hospital where Gon was healed, with Killua and Aluka. Illumi is trying to get Aluka and the power she has. And Killua's just looking. And that's how we end chapter 335. Onwards to 336. We're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking out this long. Let me go ahead and change this to 336. We're making good time. Then I'll make a video of reacting to the newest, the beginning after the end chapter. Put that up on Patreon. And then I'll be done for this evening. I'm gonna have such a wonderful sleep tonight. You guys don't even know. You guys don't even know. Chapter 336, release.
Playing dead and pats on the head were too insignificant a price for the computer. That was my first clue that something was wrong with Miyuki's report. Furthermore, the binary choice wish ended up as a kiss on the cheek, yet its price was a fingernail. Too high. If the price of the computer is the fingernail, that's in proportion to our previous observations. If I'm correct, those games Killua played weren't Nanika's demands, which means the binary choice wish didn't require a price at all. Why was a price unnecessary? I have two guesses. The binary choice wish was an easy one that didn't require the use of Nanika's ability. Or it wasn't a wish. But then, this presents a new problem. Playing dead and pats on the head were Aluka's demands, not Nanika's. Killua said Nanika calls him brother, but he called him Killua at that time. So it must be that Aluka calls him Killua. But if it was Aluka who made the demands, Killua shouldn't have been able to make a wish at all. But Nanika did respond to him. Killua's words are the key to solving this discrepancy. He didn't ask Nanika. He ordered him. So an order works outside of the usual wishing rules, and it makes perfect sense for an order to have no price.
And then Illumi starts to get closer and closer to Killua, Nanika, Killua, Aluka, Amane, and Subone.
That's my theory. Am I right?
Frankly, I'm the one who can most efficiently and safely use Nanika's ability for the family.
Oh wait, sorry.
Frankly, I'm the one who can most efficiently and safely use Nanika's ability for the family. At this rate, Aluka will remain locked away in a room forever. But if you let me manage the two of you, I can guarantee you minimal freedom at least.
And then Killua speaks.
Illumi, I'll protect Aluka.
Killua, know your place.
Nanika, wake up.
Okay.
And then the air changes. The air changes around them. And even Illumi starts flexing his hands like he's preparing to fight or something.
Last chance, Kill. Let me handle Nanika.
Nanika, take Illumi and send him home.
Okay.
And instantly, Illumi is teleported directly into the control room of the Zoldyck mansion. Literally the control room for Aluka's room. He's just instantly there. Whoa!
Oh.
What the? You teleported!
Oh, you were all watching. Amazing. Killua's orders are risk-free. I could turn Killua into a complete puppet, and the pros would still outweigh the cons.
Subone, Amane, can you leave us alone for a minute? I'm asking you. I don't actually want to order Nanika around.
Brother, pet me.
Nanika is only doing it to get praise. I don't want to take advantage of that. Please.
And then both Nanika and Subone and Amane move away. They just disappear from the room. And then Nanika just goes,
Brother,
Nanika,
pet me.
you can't come out anymore.
I love you, brother.
and then Killua was all like,
It's no use, Nanika.
I love you, brother. I love you.
No! Never come out again! Do you understand?
and then Nanika gets sad and goes,
Okay.
and then just goes back into Aluka. And Aluka's face goes back to normal. And then Killua hugs her and goes,
Now, Aluka can be free. I'm sorry. Nanika, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Aluka!
Killua?
Yeah, it's me.
and then Killua's face goes from happiness to surprise.
Aluka.
And then Aluka is looking mad at Killua. This is the first time we ever see Aluka angry.
Did you make Nanika cry? She's all huddled up crying.
Huh?
Apologize to her.
But,
Say you're sorry right now. If you're nice to me, you have to be nice to Nanika too.
And then Killua's like bewildered because as far as he knew, Nanika and Aluka didn't have any interaction with each other. But Aluka's mad that Killua told Nanika to never come out again. And Aluka is like angry with tears.
If you're going to protect me, you have to protect Nanika too. But if you're going to be mean to Nanika, I hate you.
And she slapped, and well, I don't think Killua, I was about to say there was a slap sound, and I thought she slapped Killua, but he basically slapped his cheeks. And then Killua goes,
Aluka, thanks. Illumi was still in my head. I've gotten rid of him for good now. Honest. Can I call Nanika out?
and then Aluka closes her eyes, and then Killua speaks.
Nanika. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I've been afraid of Illumi for so long. I hated always having to do what he said. Now he wants to force you to do things against your will too. I got scared. I convinced myself it was for Aluka's own good, and said some horrible things to you. I'm really sorry. Nanika. I promise to protect you. We'll always be together. Don't grant other people's wishes anymore. I'll be there to praise you whenever you want. Can you come out once more?
And then Nanika appears again.
Okay.
And then Killua, with tears in his eyes, looks at Nanika with tears in her eyes.
Nanika, will you forgive me for being such a rotten big brother?
Kay, I love you, brother.
And then we get someone going,
Subone, Killua's been released from his precaution level. Let them know. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Of course.
and that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of chapter 337. That's the end of chapter 336, onwards to chapter 337. Okay. I was trying to remember all of this, whether it was in the anime or not, but I couldn't exactly remember. But we're making progress. Chapter 337, Repentance. And we're in this big old mansion in the woods.
She was a redhead just like you.
And someone is speaking and drinking from a gourd. I think this is this koala chimera.
Oh, she was a redhead just like you.
And he's drinking, and then he's spitting this. He spits this drop out, and it goes and it hits this person in the head. Oh, this is memories when he gunned someone. when he gunned someone down. This is memories when he gunned someone down. By spitting water at him, because that is capable of basically headshotting a regular person.
She was a redhead just like you. And I gunned her down. The scumbag's chasing her.
Pardon me.
The scumbags chasing her would have tortured her alive. When I was reborn as an ant, I thought, here we go again. Before all this, my job was to snuff people. I'd give my orders and pull the trigger. The rest of the time I'd yell a lot. It was a job anybody could do. Even when I was reborn, it was the same thing. A stupid cycle. I wanted to let her out of it. I don't know how it works, but I had the feeling if she died in agony, she'd be stuck too. Picture it, a quiet life in the middle of nowhere, then suddenly assaulted by violence and killed. I shot her, praying she'd escape the cycle. The Queen ate hundreds of people and only a few came back with memories. Maybe that means most souls escape without my help. I still wanted to do it. I wanted to feel I helped her escape. If your soul entered her body, that probably means she got away. I haven't met an ant yet who can claim to have been killed by me in their previous life. I guess they all got away.
And mind you, he's sitting in front of a red-haired person, and she's just listening to this koala chimera.
Before this, I didn't believe in the soul. We're no better than fleas and flies. Life and death, that's all there is. The ego is a glitch, a side effect of a complex brain. You die and it's over. Dust to dust, it's scattered to the wind. I thought it was all meaningless, but here I am standing here, doing the same thing over again. I look different, but I'm me, doing the same stupid things. I may not be bright, but I won't deny what I know, and I won't ignore what I don't know. So, I died. I was torn to pieces and digested into molecules. But it didn't end there. I always figured being reduced to something that small would have to be the end. But this stuff has more power than I imagined. Stuff smaller than dust particles to our eyes can give out energy for millions of years to keep us alive. DNA is tiny, and it contains an amazing amount of information in its double helix.
This is getting really, really deep right now. Can I be real? This is getting really deep for this conversation of this one-sided conversation.
It seems small things, infinitesimally small things. It seems small things, infinitesimally small things, are needed to build the entire universe. The size of a thing has nothing to do with its power. The soul is probably small, but it has the energy to reincarnate itself. Was I reborn just to repeat the cycle? I don't know what the future will bring. This is all speculation. But something inside me is saying I need to stop repeating myself. Maybe, when you have to do something over again, it's because you didn't feed your heart the first time. The body is slow to react if the heart isn't into it. And now, I've kept thinking, this isn't right. Maybe that's the problem. I'll end up doing it over again.
This really is a interesting introspective.
I'll end up doing it over again. I'll keep thinking, this isn't right, because I always make the wrong choice. I shouldn't have shot the girl, but the killer's chasing her. I was the biggest scumbag of all. I avoided atoning for my sins because it seemed too painful. I prayed for her. What a selfish jerk. I was just desperate not to get hurt. I shot her to protect myself. And now I'm making my confession to you because you look like her, and trying to save my own dirty soul again. It's hopeless, but thanks for listening.
And then Koala Chimera walks away. And then the woman speaks up. Well, the girl speaks up.
Hold on. Don't run away. Come with me. Stay with me. By the side of the girl you shot. Live a life you believe is right. This is an order. I'm not giving you a choice. You can't press the reset button this time. You'll apologize every day. I'll work you so hard you won't ever have time to mope about what's right. You'll do as I say and live for me, always making up for what you've done. If you lose even a little of this resolve and start backsliding, I'll kill you. You can live in peace knowing that.
And they're all quiet. And then someone walks in going,
Kite, you got a guest. Let him in.
and it's Gone! Because remember, this girl here is apparently the reincarnation of Kite.
Kite? Yeah. I'm sorry!
And then she motions over to Gone.
Come. Sit.
And they both just stare at each other.
Sorry for what? I left you to fight alone. I was too weak. But next time, I'll stand by you. I heard you did some crazy things to defeat Pito. Yeah, I almost died. You defeated an enemy who was too much for me. That's a fact. I'll console myself by saying this means I was right about you. But without Killua and everybody else, I wouldn't be here. I didn't make it alone. I guess that makes two of us.
And then both Gone and Kite just smile.
I hear you saw Geen. You talked to him? Yeah. You should go back to him.
And then Gone is just staring like,
I know what you came here to say. Thanks for coming to see me. I'll call you if I ever need help. Say hi to Killua. You're a part of the gang now. What you should do now is be with your dad. Okay!
And then Gone leaves, and he prepares to leave while he leaves behind Kid Kite and the Chimera.
Sorry.
For what?
I tried to run away, to take the easy way out. I'll live through the suffering. When I die, I want to feel like I did my best.
And then Gone goes back to the Hunter Association building, where instead of Geen, he has a note that says, "I'll be waiting on top of the world tree." And Gone is just like, and Bean says,
I tried to stop him. It's true.
He never said he'd be waiting here.
And that is the end of chapter 337. Onwards to chapter 338. We're almost done. Now, before I get started with 338, gotta blow my nose real quick. So give me just a moment. Whew, this is the latest I have ever done a reaction. Thanks for sticking out this long, everybody. I'll be right back. Let me put myself on mute here. We're almost done. Let's go ahead and get started with chapter 338, Atop a Tree. And we have a absolutely ginormous tree in one part of the world. So big, it literally has stairs that is wrapped all around it. Something you would see from the region of the Rito? I think they're called Rito from Tears of the Kingdom. I forgot. I forgot their their names. I forgot their names of the people, the bird people. But Gon, Killua, and Alka are there. Chapter 338, Atop a Tree.
Whoa, it's huge! The tallest tree in the world!
Because it's Gon, Killua, and Alka.
At a height of 1,784 meters, it's taller than any man-made structure.
Oh, wait. This is the announcement. At a height of 1,784 meters, it's taller than any man-made structure. Climbers can scale it with a fee and a waiver. An elevator or staircase takes you up to the first 500 meters. Then you're on your own. About 3,000 people go up every year, and 94% turn back before the 1,000-meter point. Of the remaining 4% pay a fee to be rescued, and 1% fall to their deaths. Only 30 people a year are able to climb to the top and return. See you! Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah.
And this is Gon and Killua as they're preparing to part ways, as I guess Gon is going to go see his dad at the top of the tree, while Killua and Alka head off on their own.
Take care.
Yeah. Killua, thanks for everything.
Sure. Remember the stuff you said about how it had nothing to do with me?
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry, Killua.
Well, at least you apologized. And thanks to everything we've been through, I can be with my sister. She's the one who healed you, by the way.
Huh? Is that true? Why tell me now? You should have said so sooner.
Didn't want anyone else to know. Family issues and stuff. Let's duck into an alley, Alka. Alka, can I call Nanika?
Yeah.
And then Nanika takes over.
She basically has the power to grant any wish.
Any?
She was kept locked up for being too awesome. You gave me the opportunity to get her out. Now I'm ready to protect her for the rest of my life. We're the ones who should thank you.
Yay.
What? No, thank you!
I better go. Any longer and I'll...
Yeah. I'm gonna travel with Alka for a while. I'll text you.
Same here.
Let me know if anything happens. Yeah, you owe me one.
And then Killua and Alka prepare to leave.
Kite said no matter where we go, we're part of the gang.
Right on! Say hi to your dad for me. Okay, wish you could go. Sorry, it's family time. Next time.
I knew there was something right there. What the heck?
Sorry, it's family time. Next time. I'll let him go after I've had him to myself a little.
Oh, I'll let him go after I had him to myself a little. You can play with him later.
I'm doing the favor here. Some sister, huh? This is what you come second to.
And then Gon is just kind of lightly laughing. And then they both, Killua and Gon, smile at each other, and they turn to leave.
See you around!
And now it's just Gon. You want to go up? No manners. You need special permission or a license. And then Gon shows his license. A pro hunter? At your age? Excuse me. Go ahead. Sign here. Everyone has to. The usual, we're not liable for your deaf stuff. And then Gon prepares to climb the mountain. Well, prepare to climb the tree. Piece of advice. Don't rely on the anchors left behind by climbers. People who make it do it barehanded. Like the guy up there right now.
Okay, thanks.
If you need help, press that button. Our rescue squad can reach you in 10 minutes. Huh? As he's shocked to see Gon literally launch up more than halfway from where they are. Did he fly? Hey! Huh, hey! He's that high already? And Gon is already just freehanding it. And he's climbing up the whole tree. Can you imagine a Hunter x Hunter game where this is a location you can get to and you have to physically climb up the tree itself? Can you imagine?
Long way up.
And Gon is climbing.
What an amazing tree. As soon as I place my hand somewhere, I can feel it. I can feel it coursing with life, guiding me up with everything connected to the trunk. I can do it. Just follow its growth.
Help me! And someone's stuck on one of the leaves. They can't go up any further. And they're rescued by someone in like this helicopter jetpack. And they just carry the person down. And Gon continues to climb.
Just a little more. Huh?
And then it gets to a bulbous part of the tree.
That's weird.
And Gon carefully climbs underneath it and gets to the top. And he sees these giant chicks at the top, because it's a nest at the top of this tree.
Whoa! Wow, they're huge!
And then he sees someone standing there next to the chick. Hey, took you long enough. And it's Geen, who's in a different outfit this time, and he's just been chilling up here at the top of the tree at the highest point of the world, just chilling.
Geen!
How long was it from the 500-meter mark?
About 20 minutes.
Not bad for your first time. Eat.
Okay.
And then he's just eating.
Nice view, eh? A sea of clouds.
Say, Geen.
Huh?
Can I ask you something?
Sure, but don't count on an answer.
What is it you want?
Whatever I don't have. I wanted to be a hunter because, at first, it was the most realistic way to get to a place I wanted to see. It was a royal burial ground. The only expeditions were privately funded and sworn to secrecy. They never brought back much research. Who would pay all that money for no glory? But I figured I had a chance. If I became a pro hunter, the financial stuff would mostly take care of itself. When I was 15, I set up a non-profit corporation to repair and research the site. For the 2 years before that, I studied archaeologists' website and blogs. See, I needed about 10 people to set up this corporation. Trustworthy eccentrics who only cared about the truth. I'm always after what I need right now. It almost doesn't matter what my object of desire is.
And then Gon is just kind of looking at his dad like, okay.
Don't get it? Let me explain.
Had to rewatch the stream from the beginning. Just hearing you read my comment, I'm caught up with all the other manga stuff. That's why. It's all good. It's all good. You're good. You're good, Oz.
Don't get it? Let me explain. The people I met online were older than me. Grad students, office workers, freelancers. When I told them who I was and about my plans, they donated what little money they had and volunteered to do stuff for the corporation. When we finally set foot in the tomb, what made me happiest wasn't seeing the inside with my own eyes. It was the moment we all looked at each other and shook hands. Even now, they're working there pro bono, giving me updates. Compared to the people, the information I got from the tombs was just a bonus. The best part I already had.
And Gon is just smiling there with his dad.
And now?
Huh?
What are you after now?
Well now, that takes some explaining. Gon, what's this tree we just climbed?
Huh? The World Tree, right?
Yeah. What did they say about it down there?
It's the tallest tree in the world.
Yup, that's not wrong. But the truth is, its growth is stunted.
Huh?
It doesn't get enough nutrients, and wound up much shorter than it could have been. The real world tree grows out of a mountain, its roots sucking magma and reaching out of the atmosphere. It's outside of this world.
This world?
Hold up. There's a tree bigger than what they're on right now? This is the tallest tree they say is in the world, but it isn't. This is a stunted tree. There is a tree out there that's literally growing out of an entire mountain where it's living off of magma and it's piercing the atmosphere. What?
It's outside of this world.
This world?
The map you know. The ants you guys fought were from outside too. That's something they don't teach you in school. Adults with common sense try not to open Pandora's box. The world we know is only one part of a much bigger world.
Bro, oh my god. So the map of the world I have been seeing for the past 337 chapters, it is literally just one small section of the world, and the rest of it is just flat out unknown, because I'm seeing dinosaurs, I'm seeing sea creatures, I'm seeing giant krakens, I'm seeing giant everything, I'm seeing straight up giants. Weirdly enough, I'm seeing the Maxim from One Piece. Why is the Maxim? Why is the Arc Maxim? Enoru's giant golden ship. Why is that in the background? Don't think I don't notice that. But there are giants, and of course, the true world tree that stretches up out through the clouds. I don't remember this from the anime. I don't remember this. The world of Hunter x Hunter that we've been experienced throughout all these sessions is way bigger.
The world we know is only one part of a much bigger world. Some chosen people long ago left records of their travels to the other side. Get it? What I want is always the same. Something I don't have.
And that is the end of chapter 338. Onwards to chapter 339. We're almost done, everybody. We are almost done. Woohoo! Okay. Maybe they said this during the anime, but I don't rightly remember. Chapter 339, Stillness.
We'll need a lot of things to get there. At least 4 just to get started. Permission, the means, qualifications, the contract. I don't have any of them yet, but I'm not in any special hurry. I'm enjoying the journey. So, if your destination is the same as mine, enjoy the side trips. A lot. Something more important than the thing you're hunting could be right there by the side of the road.
And Geen and Gon are just chilling while, the mother of these giant birds at the top of the tree is just feeding them essentially a whale-sized fish. Chapter 339, Stillness. And while they're up there, they're just talking quietly with each other, not to wake the chicks in the background, and they're passing, and Gon passes Kite's hunter badge to him, and they're talking, and they're laughing, and they're just having a good old time. Then the sun rises, and we get Gon's aunt, who sends her not only a postcard, but also an absolutely massive sum of money for her over on Whale Island. Then we get Moral, and money has been transferred over to not only Knuckle and Shoot, which looks to be like 100,000 Jenny, but also everyone else. But the thing is, Nove is saying like, okay, Nove and Shoot get like 100,000, and then everyone else, let's split it into like 1,000. Wait, is that 100,000 or is that 1,000,000? No, it's being split up. It's being split up between everybody. And then Moral's speaking to Nove, and then we get like a whole panel with like a bottle of wine, and it's 1,100,000 Jenny, and Moral pays for it. Yeah, Moral pays for it. Whoa, hold on. We good? All of a sudden, it just momentarily paused. I just wanted to make sure everything was good. And they take that bottle and they toast to the late chairman, both Nove and Moral. And then we cut to a whole bunch of birds just in the sky and Gon smiling as he's looking at all of these birds just flock in the air and just take off while he's with Kite's old group. Then we cut to Palm, Melioron, Shoot, Ikalgo, and Knuckle, and they're watching this all happen on a laptop. Killua and Alec are watching. Leorio is watching. And we cut to another part of the city where someone is messing with like a matchbook, and it's Karapika. We have not seen Karapika in a while. And Karapika looks to be in like this big cathedral looking area. Then we cut to the Zoldyck family as we have Amane and Canary, and they're looking at this grave, paying respects to what is his name? I forgot his name. Hold on, give me a sec. even on going on 9 o'clock, I'm still busy. But we cut to the Zoldyck mansion. Don't worry, I'll chop up the parts where I had to step away so it can be seamless for you guys later on. We cut to the Zoldyck family, where Canary and Amane are at a grave paying their respects to Goto. And when Amane looks behind her, she sees Goto. And she's confused because she's seeing Goto right in front of her, but also looking at the grave of Goto. Because remember, Goto was killed by Hisoka. But then Goto starts to transform into basically one of those creatures that can basically shapeshift. I forget its specific name. You know, the one that Gon and Killua ran into during the Hunter exam. He basically transforms into Goto, and they both start to walk away from the grave, you know, paying their respects. Then we cut to an entirely different location in general. And we cut back to the palace. We cut back to the palace. And we cut back to the underground. Then we cut back to the buildings. In one of those furnished buildings in this underground parking space. Like this underground tunnel space. And we cut into the room where we last saw the king and Komugi. And all we see are their hands holding on to each other, and the gungi pieces laying next to them. We don't even see them, but apparently they have been there a while, because Komugi's hand is, you know, slightly withered and thinner than normal, and the king's hand is also in the similar state, since, you know, they both died next to each other. And that's essentially the end of chapter 339 onwards to 340. This will be the last one for today. This will be the last one today. Chapter 340. Whew, what a day. Chapter 340, Special Mission. And we have Beans.
Everyone, big trouble.
Perfect
Timing, Beans. Have a seat.
This is Tiger.
Cheadle was about to
speak.
You're not gonna quit? You're not gonna quit, are you, Chairman?
Don't worry. The likelihood of that is equal to your manners improving, monkey. This sounds urgent, Beans.
Yes, watch this.
And we have a person with very drawn over eyes and a big old mustache. Like his eyebrows, his eyes, and his mustache all match each other in their curvature, going, "Vast amounts of resources, food, untapped reserves for a plentiful future for humanity."
What's that?
And Bunny goes,
Cock and King. Hui guo ro. Hui guo ro.
"Hui guo ro."
Hui guo ro. Like 90%, 99% of kids know that.
Vast amounts. Hold on.
He can't mean.
"We, the Kakin Empire, declare we shall carry on the dreams of humanity and advance our reach to the Dark Continent." Oh, that's what it's called. The area outside of the space that we stayed at this whole time is literally called the Dark Continent.
I knew it.
The Dark Continent.
The Forbidden Region.
And the ultimate taboo. What's the Dark Continent?
For real? For real? What do you know? What kind of hunter are you?
It's outside the world map. Magic beasts are said to originate there.
And then Mizai.
Whenever humanity tried to venture there in the past, ancient manuscripts describe great calamities. Over 200 years ago, the Continental V5 Forum signed a treaty agreeing to leave it alone.
And then we go to Kakin's King.
"It's nonsense to be tied down by superstitions spread by countries now in decline. The time has come for a rising nation, the driving force behind modern society, to open a new door."
Do they actually have a plan?
No, only a name.
Their economic growth has made them cocky enough to ignore the treaty.
to lead the rest of the world.
Did Kakin ever sign the treaty?
Didn't everyone have to?
They may have not. Kakin made the transition from social imperialism to parliamentary. Parliamentary. Kakin made the transition from social imperialism to parliamentary democracy in the most silent revolution in history 30 years ago.
That word messed me up. I'm sorry.
By taking the royal name out of the name of their country, they technically became a new nation. They may have neglected to renew treaties.
Maybe he would be unethical, but not a target for sanctions.
This is big news.
No, not yet. The real problem is coming up. Just watch.
To lead the Dark Continent Expedition team, we've acquired the most qualified person available. Let me introduce you.
And it's Chairman Netero's face.
The leader of the greatest specialists in the world, a veteran among fighters, in active service his whole life, the legendary pro hunter Isaac Netero.
And everyone is shocked.
We've hired his son.
His son?
We've hired his son, Captain Beyond Netero.
Captain Beyond? His name is Beyond? A person's name is Beyond?
Captain Beyond Netero.
Chairman Netero had a son?
He had no family.
We need to confirm this.
My beloved father always used to say, when you stop challenging yourself, your life is over.
And mind you, his son has like this big old top knot. He gives me such strong Guan Yu vibes. Like Guan Yu, but the beard itself is not immaculate. It's just really messy. And he has like an X scar going across the front of his face. And he's dressed in like these regal robes.
My beloved father always used to say, when you stop challenging yourself, your life is over. Deciphering myths and exploring ruins, we learn where our ancient ancestors came from.
Is this a need to confirm?
No matter how many obstacles.
It's like the chairman himself is talking.
No matter how many obstacles stand in the path to our glory, to our goal.
Sorry.
No matter how many obstacles stand in the path to our goal, I promise I will remove them. Age, gender, nationality, employment, race, none of it matters. Everyone deserves an equal opportunity. I will turn down no challenger. Anyone who wants to win this new land is my family. Each person will have a role to play. All you need is the courage to step forward. Come one, come all to Kakin. Let us go to the new world. I promise to take you there.
And he says it with the same level of gusto that the chairman does, shocking all of the Zodi team. And then it ends. And then Beans is thinking,
everyone is wavering. I don't blame them. Even I heard the chairman in his speech. So, actually, the chairman left 2 DVDs.
And then all the rest of the crew is just like, what?
He knew this would happen? Here, he told me to show this to all the Zodiacs if anyone came forward claiming to be his child.
For real? Let's watch it.
And then Chicken.
Idiot, he said all of us. There are 2 missing. Oh, come on. It'll take forever to track down Geen.
Patterson is usually in his office at this time. No, he's not vice chairman anymore.
Oh, yeah. We have to decide on that too.
Was your talk about choosing a vice chair? What was your talk about choosing a vice chairman, Cheadle?
Later. Message first.
We might find Ferriston. Geen won't even answer his phone.
Quiet, everyone. I'll make my speech first. As it turns out, it's not unrelated.
And then we cut to Captain Beyond himself.
Over 100 million views on iTube in an hour. 100,000 phone lines can't keep up with the flood of applications.
Great. Keep taking them.
The king received a formal request from V5 to withdraw the announcement and sign the treaty.
Tell him to ignore it. They've been asleep for centuries. What do you need to do to follow the V5 rules anyway?
And then another person sitting with Beyond is a guy with very extremely curly hair strands.
You must send an application for passage to an agency operated by V5. In order to apply, there are procedures to follow at each country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You'll be tied up for a month apiece by contracts and briefings. That's 5 months total. You need 3 letters of introduction from members of the applicant's Congress to see the section chief. You're still not guaranteed acceptance. Who cares? Stop your yammering! But you asked. They'd made me sit around for years waiting for permission to play by their little club's rules. Then, after dropping a fortune, I might get to accompany the expedition on a supervised sightseeing tour. I want to go where no one has gone before. Meet people nobody has met. I want to explore without bounds. Acquire things nobody has touched. In the great wide open. Leaving my mark on virgin territory. I won't turn down anyone who joins or chases after anyone who leaves, but I'll crush anyone who tries to interfere.
And Pariston is Pariston is present among these groups of people. He's there!
The rat Pariston and the boar Geen both submitted requests to leave the Zodiacs. And I approved. So the 10 of us are everyone. I think we can have a look at that message. One more thing. This is important. We have a special mission direct from V5. Hunt down Beyond Netero.
Volume 32, Total Defeat, End. Okay, so Gon is healed. Illumi won't be able to get his hands on Aluka. The chairman has been decided for the Hunter Association. We now learned that the entire world of Hunter x Hunter that we've been interacting with for the past 32 volumes, well, past 31 volumes until today, is now way larger than we could have ever possibly imagined. It might as well be like some islands of Hawaii, and then the rest of the earth is essentially the rest of the world of Hunter x Hunter. It's literally that. And now we get introduced to the son of Netero, Beyond Netero. Not Isaac. His name ain't even like a regular name. His name is a description. His name is a what is a verb? His name is a verb. Beyond Netero. And he intends to venture to the Dark Continent itself. To basically go beyond where go beyond! He intends to go beyond where anyone has ever gone. So that's where we're at with Hunter x Hunter. So I am incredibly excited to read what happens next in the next volume, because we are officially outside of outside of anime territory, and we are now entering into the unknown for the manga itself. And I can honestly say we've made it, ladies and gentlemen. We made it past the anime. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. So all of this is going to be unknown territory for me. It's going to be unknown. But I can't wait to go through all of it next Thursday, which will be on time at 12:30 because no more house renovations. But I'm done for today, ladies and gentlemen. I have one more thing to do. That is the T-Bait chapter that just came back with Season 7. That's going exclusively on Patreon. Don't worry, it'll be free for people to view on Patreon simply because I ran into some trouble with YouTube a while back, and now all of my T-Bait stuff will be over on Patreon for you guys to enjoy. But that's the only thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to relax the rest of the day because I'm beat. It's been a day. But I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out the membership and Patreon because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, well, have a fantastic evening, or whatever time it is you're watching this or listening to this. And once again, as always, later, peoples!